Don La Greca and Shaun O'Hara here at Giants camp, and we welcome in the starting quarterback of the Giants, Eli Manning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
All right, so you've been interviewed by your former center plenty of times, right? So you're used to this.
a few times.
I don't know. It still feels awkward. Does it feel awkward?
Exactly. I mean, you've gone to the dark side, gone to the media, so and now you bash me and you talk bad about me, so it's all right.
You do that all by yourself, and you're not helping me out sometimes.
There you go. You see?
You know that if anybody's going to stick up for you, it's me. But when you throw 27 picks,
you think, you don't have to bring it up. That's what I'm saying. Well, just don't bring it up.
You brought it up.
I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
Yes, you did bring it up, Shaun.
Maybe I did.
But it unfortunately is something that comes up here. So, do you feel like you have something to prove after last year?
Yeah, definitely. I think last season was not our best, and it was not my best. And it's been fun this off season getting a new offense, and it's definitely re-energized me, re-energized the team, and just knowing that we got to first off we got to get better. We can't let last year happen again, and it's putting pressure. We got to learn new offense. There's a lot to learn. Receivers, offensive line. We're talking. We're grinding each day. You got to come in focused and knowing the system, knowing the plays. You don't know what might come up when we're checking the different ideas based on the defense. So we're pushing these guys and challenging them and throwing everything at the coaches are throwing everything at us, and it's been good. It's been a lot of fun learning this new offense.
You had a good run with Gilbride. I mean, we came in together in 2004. First it was Huffnagel. We got to give him a shout out, and Gilbride was your quarterback coach, but now everything is new. We talked about the language is new. It's all right. Hey, I remember that play. We called it this.
Right.
Now I've got to train my brain. How have you gone about that this offseason? Do you find yourself saying, all right, not going to flashcards, but
right.
Do you find yourself going over in your mind a little more? Hey, I'm gonna working on these plays. And when you go back to the room at night, do you find yourself studying a little more now than you probably ever did?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just because you got to learn this thing, and it's got to become second nature. And the old offense, 10 years in it, you knew, hey, this certain look, I'm checking this play, I'm going to do this with the protection, make this call, and you're going fast. Now, I know I have to get back to that moment where, hey, everything's just quick. Hey, I'm making this call, I go to him, all right, we're set, check this play, and everything's going fast. And, back in the spring or early parts of training camp, you're still kind of thinking through things. You're kind of very, all right, you got to kind of checking your marks. All right, I did that, now I got to do this. It's not all kind of going together. But as we've gotten in, now our eighth practice or ninth practice, things are happening fast. We're making calls. Seeing our defense is throwing lots at us, and so I think that's good. That's going to help us out, getting us ready to make fast decisions and have all our answers. So it's each night I'm preparing, I'm studying, and we're grinding. We're trying to. I know where I have to. That comfort level that I'm used to in the past. I know I have to get to there, and I'm working to get to that moment.
Give us some examples on when the fans watch the games, how different this offense would be.
Well, I think. I think it'd be hard from maybe a fan standpoint to maybe recognize the difference. I think from our receivers, a lot of it's different. With the receiving, with the routes, with the kind of the passing concepts are a little bit different. Where we used to. We used to have the receivers make a lot of reads. So based on, certain packages, the receiver's route would change based on the coverage and the technique that he's getting played. And so you kind of felt, hey, it didn't really matter. You could call that play over and over. It might look different to the defense every time because the receiver might do a different adjustment, but it takes a lot of time for those receivers to learn that. Now in this offense, it's more of, hey, we're calling a route and you run that route no matter what. And if we have a bad play based on the coverage, the quarterback will get us into a better play. So it's a little bit more pressure is put on me to get us into the best routes rather than, hey, our receivers will know all the difference. They'll adjust the route to make whatever coverage we're running against a good route. So so I think that's good. And receivers don't have to think as much. They're just worried about, hey, get open. Here's my route. Do whatever I can to get open, and I'll do a good job getting us into better the best plays.
There's been precedent for this. I think back to Phillip Rivers last year. He gets a new coach. Mike McCoy comes in, and he has a phenomenal year. 30-something touchdowns, and then Peyton went through it 2 years ago. So when he went over, he actually 2 years really. Mike McCoy was his coordinator, then Adam Gase. Did you guys talk at all about, hey, you know what, here's what was good about having a new offense? Did you guys ever have any of that banter?
No, not a whole lot. I think Peyton's offense probably, really kind of stayed the same. New players, but it was really kind of what he was doing, a lot of the same stuff he was doing in Indianapolis. Maybe mix it up a little bit, but have just taught just the just the kind of what it does to you when you're in a new environment. He was in a new environment, new players, but I'm still, we got new offense coordinator, new quarterback coach. We have a lot of new players on this teteam, so in essence, it feels a little bit like a new environment. Hey, you still have Coach Coughlin as our head coach, but the things have changed a little bit, and so it's just you just got to put everything into it, and it's been fun for me. I've actually enjoyed it. I love football. I love talking football and understanding it, and so have a new offense come in and get to learn kind of the ins and outs of it, and really talk with Coach McAdoo and say, hey, hey, we're down the green zone. We're getting, this coverage. What are your 3 favorite plays? What do you like? What are we thinking? So, so I can start thinking like him. And I think that's what, Coach Gilbride and I had, 10 years. When I saw a defense or a game plan or defense was showing something, we were thinking the same way. Or, hey, we're going to get to this play. I mean, we were on the same page. That's where I'm trying to get with Coach McAdoo, where, it's like if he were out there and he saw the coverage, what plays would he want to run? I got to know those so I'm on the field and I can get to those plays and we can be successful.